Alright guys, welcome back to For Life Auto. We have a 2010 Mazda 3. We're gonna be doing the rear shocks today, and it's pretty easy and pretty simple, guys. So while we at it, we have two number 12 in the top here, guys. You gotta make sure you clean those threads properly, and then you could use a gun on low speed, and then you pop them right off like that. Well, I already take them off. You're gonna be needing this, guys, because it goes back to use with the new shocks. And then let me take you underneath. And guys, we're underneath now. And underneath gonna be number 17. Bear me, guys. Trying to give you the best shot I can. It's number 17 right there. So if you get a gun, it's probably easier for you. That's it, guys. 17, and the shocks come right down. You save the bolt, and then you could either take it up from under here or on the top. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to get off the top, because you got to use different techniques. Can't just use a gun. So I'm showing you how to get on this bolt. So let me set it up right, guys.
A few moments later.
Alright, guys, this is how we're gonna be getting off that bolt, because you could either do it two ways. You could either pull this part off here and hold it with a grip wrench. But I don't advise you to do that, because when you're installing, you don't want the rough edge to go down in the seal, because it damages the seal and start leaking. So you can either hold it right to the top, because the top don't go right in. Because when the shocks go down, it don't go right into the seal. So you can either hold it way up there with a skinny pliers, but I'll show you what I do from the top. I use a grip wrench. Snug it in there very tightly. And then I use a number 13, which is 1/2 inch. I put it around the bolt. And then I start breaking it like this. You gotta be patient, guys, because it's very hard to do. So we're gonna put it back in the, hold on one minute, guys. Okay, guys, so I decided to put the clamp down here on the top, because we're not using back these shocks. But if you're using back the shocks, I don't advise you to put it there, because if you dent it too much and you put it too low, it could go in, because you have a seal right there and it could damage the seal and it start leaking. Shocks done with. So I put it there because I'm not using back the shocks. So I'm gonna try using the gun at a slow speed, impact speed, and I'm gonna be doing like this. And then that's it, guys. And then I'll show you putting on back the new one. Check this out. You move put the bolt aside, and the grip plant. And then, guys, sometimes these are hard to come out, but this one has no problem coming out. Like this. And then you're gonna need this piece, guys. Remember, you're gonna need this piece. So this piece goes back here. Right? So I'm gonna get the next shocks and show you how to install this back. Alright guys, so here's the new shocks. They come with a safety so the shocks won't gather any bubble inside and gather no air. So I just pop this out right now like this. Press it down a little bit, pop that out. Shocks keep coming up and you gotta be fast guys. Put it in there, press it down. We should get it all the way. Alright guys, hold on, let me put some lube on this one. Alright guys, so I went back to put some lube on the inside, some oil, so it could slide nicely in, because if you press it down, the shocks be going down too. So, as I say, you don't want to put any pliers or anything there, because if you put it there and it goes into there and it pinch the seal, it could damage the shocks because it have a seal in here. That seals from the oil come out. So once you spin the seal and start going back and forward, seal damage, the oil come out, the shocks is done. So I oil this one because the resistance pushing this back in. So let's see how it goes now. Just nicely guys. Nicely. That's it. See that? Look at that. So that's what we want to see. So guys, let's remember we're putting this back and we're gonna put the nut on with a little bit of oil. Screw it in as far as you can go. I use the gun to try get some leverage. That didn't work guys, so here we're gonna do. We're gonna try get this piece back out. I'm gonna use like a piece of bag around here. And we're gonna try to grip it so the nut can go in. Remember I said guys, try to grip it at the top. You don't want to grip it too hard, because I will just try the gun just to get a little play. Just make sure it catches up first. Oh, this one is stubborn, guys. Oh, that's reverse. So, we go as much as we can. Then we lose this, and then we put it right here. And I say, guys, you don't wanna take a chance and put it too far here. It's damage the shocks. What else leave that smooth? And then we take our number 1/2 inch. And we go as hard as we can. As you can see, the gun already do everything for us. So that's tight, guys. And that's about it. We get it back up. We snug it in. And then we install it. This brand is a good brand from Parts Source. And then reverse procedure, guys, basically the same thing I'm taking off. I can show you guys that, but alright, so let me take you back to the car and show you how to reinstall it, and then game over, guys. Alright, let me set it back up. Alright guys, here we are. We're gonna put in the shocks right here, and then it goes up to the 2 bolts. And you can put it in any direction, guys, it doesn't matter where you go. Bear with me guys, one hand up there. We take the two nuts and we make sure they always good to put a little loop, guys, when you're doing this, and the bolts so it can run nicely, because these always get to broke. I'm surprised this one didn't break it, and it's all went smooth. So right, and then I put number 12, guys. That's number 12. You don't have to use a gun. You could use, but not full power. Just tighten one end a little bit, and then the other side. Guys, we are further straightening the bolts, number 12, and now we're going underneath to tighten the last bolt, number 17. Well guys, I don't have to show you this, but I just want to do it all the way. So this one line back up right to the hole, and you just spin it to the direction you want. And here's the number 17. There you go, guys. Up. And you have to push it up a little bit, guys. See, that is it, guys. I use some light. So that's it right here. Push it up a little bit. Oh, it's so tight. Woo. Yeah, guys, I just need to push it up a little bit to get the pressure off. So, okay, that's it. And then alright guys, that's it. The bolt in, number 17. And then I'm gonna use the gun. Finish that bad boy right now. And it's important to make sure you get these bolts catch properly before you use the gun, because by that time you put it not in properly and it's cross thread, it's done deal, guys. Game over. Then you gotta do a lot of fabricating and moving the bolt from here. At least you get access here to put a bolt or nut. But you gotta be cutting off all bolts. You don't want to go through that, guys. So when we tighten it, that's at my low speed. This is not even my high speed. Guys, you just snug them up, guys. Whatever you think is tight enough, you can work with that, because if you don't tight enough, you're gonna hear noise. So then you know what time it is. Alright guys, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, and thank you guys for the support and the love. And I'll be showing you more content, more guys, more job I get in and more work. That's how I could show you content. But I didn't make any content for a couple of days because I was busy with other stuff, guys. So bear with me. I'm going to be giving you more content as the summer comes in now, guys. There's going to be a lot of things, excited and crazy stuff to see. All right, guys. Like the video, share. And if you have a Mazda 2010 CX-3, Mazda 3, this is good for you if you want to change your shocks at home. Alright guys, so catch you on the next one, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, like or share. Alright, very nice. I'm out.